The tool you see on the screen is based upon a tool profile that was programmed entirely in SURFCAM. We will be showing you how to create and use this tool in the following video. The procedure for creating a custom tool is always the same. The first step is to make sure that you're programming the center of the tool at 0, 0, 0. From 0, we've programmed the cutting edges of the tool, here outlined in green, and the non-cutting or shank edges of the tool outlined in red. If we look at the layer button, we can see that the cutting profile of the tool, once again outlined in green, is on layer number 1, a higher layer number than the non-cutting or shank edges of the tool on layer number 2. This is important if you want the part to verify properly. Once I click OK, we're ready to save the tool. In order to save the tool profile that we've just created, I'm going to go to File, click on Save As, and double-click on the Tool folder. This is where all our saved profiles are going to be stored within SURFCAM. I'll double-click on Tool, and then I'll change it from an SCPRT file, that is a SURFCAM part file, down to a SURFCAM tool file with an SCCTL extension. All of your custom tool profiles are going to be saved this way. I'm going to give it a file name. I'll call it Profile Tool. Click on Save and click on Yes, and we're ready to use it. Once we've saved our custom tool profile, the next step is to add it to our tool library. Generally, the easiest way to do this is during the creation of a machining operation. To begin, I'm going to move up to NC, down to 2-axis, and down to contour. I'll chain the profile, click on Done, and our Tool Information tab will appear. Under the Select Tool button, the first thing to do is to find a tool profile that most closely matches our custom tool. In this case, I'm going to stick with a regular flat end mill. Next, I'm going to move over to the green plus sign, which allows me to add a mill tool to the library. When I click on this button, we see our SURFCAM mill tool information. The first step is to describe the tool. I'm going to call it Profile Tool. Below that, we have a number of parameters that can be set as the default values for this tool when it's called up. The most important thing to do here is move down to the Drawing Files button. When I click on Drawing Files, it allows me to link drawing files to the tool and any holder that I've created. In this example, I want to link this tool to the custom tool profile that I created earlier. I'll click on this button here, find my profile tool that I've created, click Open, and OK. Now this drawing file is linked to this particular tool. As you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, I've added values for shank diameter, flute length, and total length. It's important to note, though, however, that SURFCAM will use the geometry of the custom tool that we've created rather than these numbers to compensate for the tool. Of these 4 values, the most important one will be diameter. Diameter value determines where this tool will show up in the tool library. Once I've got this information programmed, I'll click OK. Now out of our tool library under the Mill Tool table, if I move down the list, eventually we'll come to our Profile tool. I'll select Profile Tool, click OK. We'll give it a tool number of 1, length offset of 1, diameter of 1, and then move over into Cut Control. We'll give it a depth to cut of 1 inch with a lead in move and a lead out move of arc on all, and set the peck depth to 0. Click OK, choose the side to contour, and we're good. Finally, to determine if we were successful in creating and using our custom tool, I've gone to SURFCAM part verification. Here I've turned the speed down slightly. Now I'm going to click on the play button. As you can see, we've created our tool, and we're able to create the part profile that that tool will give us.